For me, the course is like painting this art, I want to call it. I came in with high expectations, big ego, thinking I knew it all. And I got to a place where I want to say that the knowledge is much wiser. I feel like there was a journey of growing from being a really oriented towards knowledge, towards knowing, towards getting something from it, thinking, how is this going to help me? And I got to a place here of being okay with not knowing, learning to unlearn, learning to see things from a different perspective, to be open to I've learned to see, these are the eyes, the higher self that oversees the journey. The big heart should represent the soul, and what's bigger than that, the goldish color behind it is the energy that drives the force of life. There is a piece of like eye here that is trying to represent the universal knowledge that I don't have an access to, that is there, and it's okay for me not to know what's behind it all. That's why it's so small there. It's like a little portal. So this is me seeing the nature, seeing the beauty behind everything that cannot be seen, and the I don't know, I feel like there's a deeper meaning in imperfections. I've tried doing this, picture at least 5 times. It started somewhere. It wasn't perfect, trying to make it perfect until I said, it's okay not to be perfect, and it's okay not to know, and it's okay not to, it's the meaning that matters more than how it looks like. And so I've just decided to leave it the way it was in the end. And yeah, so that was my meaning of life, is growing by not knowing, letting go of control, learning to accept things as they come, learning to just be present, to just be who I am, to be my authentic self without having to justify it to anyone. Doesn't have to make sense to anyone. It's just important to feel connected to myself and to what whatever the situation is means to me. And it's been a journey of discovering a new self. And I guess there is that song of somebody that I used to know. I used to know myself before starting the course. I thought I used to know myself. I guess I've learned that I can be creative, despite me being 1,000% sure I cannot create anything. And each time I had the proof that I can, that there's so much more that lies within myself that I never knew. And I'm learning to embrace that. So thank you so much for all the support throughout, all the learning. And yeah, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
This course for me has been like peeling layers of an onion. When I got to this course, I had already started that process. And that's what I'm finding is so amazing about life is being open to new experiences, and suddenly this whole new world opens up. And I came in with preconceived notions of myself, um, and of other people. Um, and it's been both a wonderful and humbling experience to realize I don't know what I thought I knew. What I thought I knew, I didn't really know, because it doesn't matter. Because, there's so much more to each of us. And this journey has really shone a light on parts of me that needed work, as far as letting go and control, because those are some of my issues. And it's been really wonderful to have a really gentle process to uncover that, to look at it, to work through it, to be coached by, my peers, to see parts of me that I didn't see, and which has taken me to another level as a human. So 6 months ago, I was definitely very different to what I am now. Also met some amazing people, who I'm not able to kind of text if I'm having a moment, or anything like that, which is wonderful. To be able to make new friends as well, and to make new connections, and to just strengthen the ability to do that through this process, is something I'm really, really grateful for. Um, I'm taking from this experience, confidence. Um, I really feel, in my very soul, that I want to be of service, and that uh, the self-love that I have, that has grown in me with this journey, as well as the rest of my life, is something I want to share, with other people. I see us all as having a light within us, and it's just been dimmed by life and experiences. And if I can just make contact to light them up, that is the essence of what I want to do, whether it's with one person or 1,000 people. Even saying that scares me, but even if it is 1,000 people, whatever it is, just to make a difference and leave more behind than what I came to the world with. That's essentially what I want to do. And this course, and working with everyone, in this cohort, has really given me a framework to work within, to keep myself and other people safe, which is important, because having ego is so easy. It's so easy to just wander in and think you know everything. And I am absolutely guilty of that. Um, and these past few months have shown how how much that diminishes the other person. And it's actually an act of love to let them step forward and be who they are. And I've learned all of that here, because I didn't know any of that when I walked in. Um, and actually, what comes to mind is I wasn't able to make the first module. So my first contact with the course was, doing in-between coaching, where I'd meet, another coach, and dove straight in. When I think about that, because I hadn't had any context, I came in doing what I do, thinking, this is great. I know how to do this. And it's been, like I said, it has been humbling, to have my confidence shaken, to go through that journey of, oh, I don't know what I thought I knew. And actually, what was more difficult is letting go of what I thought I knew to make room for new knowledge. And it was scary, because it goes against conditioning that I had, but I was able to because of, you know, the people in this group. And now I feel like I've been given another string to my bow, a powerful one that I didn't have before. So I want to go forward and just and help people, probably in the executive space, but I'm not limited to that because I'm passionate about inclusion and diversity. I know what it's like to be other, to have people not see or understand what you're going through. And if I can just lift people up from my own experiences, and start there, then that's what I want to do. But I also want to speak to senior leaders because I've worked with them as well. And, you know, ultimately, I think part of the humility journey is remembering that we're all, you know, no one is better or worse than anyone else. We're all just doing the best we can. And it goes for people who are running multi-million-pound whatevers through to the new manager who's 25 years old and just freaking out a little bit. And if I can help any of them in that is what I'd like to do, just to make lives better, make the world better. So thank you so much, everyone. It's been a truly rewarding experience.
Hi everyone. This is the last day. So I just want to thank Manaz so much for giving me this opportunity, giving us all this opportunity actually to kind of get to know each other, to share experiences with each other, and to grow together, because I think most definitely that's what I've seen in myself and certainly in the others as this course has gone on. So firstly, I would just like to thank you, Manaz. In terms of coaching, I think for me, I think I had my own preconceptions as to what it actually meant, even though I said, oh, I want to do coaching. I don't think I actually really knew what coaching was. So is it giving advice? No, it's not. Is it giving your personal opinion? No, it's not. And I think for me, definitely there was that sort of shift in appreciating just exactly what it is. For me, it's giving someone that space, that confidential space, really, to be their authentic self, to share their goals, their dreams, their desires, their fears, and as a coach, to have the tools to be able to help them elicit what it is from within, in order to achieve their goals, dreams, desires, and to overcome their fears. So that is a wonderful tool, I feel, to have, and I'm grateful to be able to have that to share with others and to help people to move forward. For me, I suppose the big question is the next steps. And next steps, in a way, is what's kind of held me back in life. I might think about doing something and then think, oh, what am I going to do after that? And so that kind of stops me then from even doing it. And that would include a coaching course. This course is something that I'd kind of thought about years ago. But again, it's like, oh, once you've passed the course, what are you going to do thereafter? And I think then the sort of fears and whatever kick in, and you kind of, well, for me anyway, just don't do anything. So I'm glad and grateful that this time round I decided to sort of take the bull by the horn, and do this course. I don't know where it's going to lead. Really, I can only, I suppose, leave it in the hands of wherever it's going to be. I know that I need to look at my values, I need to look at my vision, I need to look at my core in terms of who my target might be, who I'd like to focus on, And so that's something that I kind of need to sort of search more deeper within to find the answers. Another thing that I'd thought about was perhaps collaborating with others to set up group coaching, retreats, workshops, that kind of thing. I think those are the things that kind of fill me with joy, working with somebody or others to support and help a group of people collectively. I do obviously want to do coaching on a one-to-one basis also. For me, I think just even in the workplace, looking at opportunities within the workplace to coach and making myself available for that. I think also what's happened here is something I've not kind of thought about before, but the community. And there's definitely some work in the community that I'd like to do. Some ideas that have come up that, you know, after today, I'll be kind of looking more into and hopefully focusing on as we move forward. I'm also, some of you know, doing a counselling course. The first year of the counselling course is actually hypnotherapy. So I feel that perhaps, you know, as a coach, maybe I could add hypnotherapy as an additional tool to support people moving forward. I'll speak to other coaches, get some advice and maybe some support from other coaches, get some tips, what works, what doesn't work, that kind of thing. I think the other things that I've kind of thought about was to do more research. These are just basic things: build a website, advertise online, write blogs, but more importantly, keeping a journal. That's something that I wish I'd kind of done at the start of this course and I didn't. But I think from here on in, that's something that I would really like to do, to just journal, you know, where I am now and, you know, where I'm going, where I'm heading. I think really that's more or less it. For me, like I said, it's difficult to know what path that I might take. But I think more importantly, I think I'm going to follow my dreams on this and enjoy the process. Very often we focus on the end goal without the journey, and I just want to be present now so that I can actually focus also and enjoy the journey. I just wrote a sort of a sentence that I'd like to share with you all. And I suppose it's to me really as well. And I'm just more or less saying, don't ignore that inner voice. It's there for a reason. It wants you to do more because it knows that you can.
So for me, this coaching or the program, I think was like a road where I've thought I've traveled before, but actually turned out to be quite a new road. I mean, there have been some things that I've seen before, but there have been so many new things that I haven't seen before. And I think for me, this coaching was like also bringing awareness to the things that I haven't seen before. And it was also quite some work on during the road. It was not an easy road trip, but more like seeing things where I couldn't pass so quickly, where maybe bridges have to be built to overcome something. And I feel like this road never stops. I think there will still be so much more on this road. But yeah, I think it brought quite some awareness to a lot of things, I would say. And working with the group has been really, really amazing, because only through some of you, things have been put in the light, have been put to an attention, and also noticing that I'm not alone on this road, but there are people with me that can help building things, that can help bring awareness, that can help building, or yeah, the tools to overcome. It has been quite a good feeling, knowing that yeah, there will be people along the road, different people along the road that help. And I think what I'm taking from the coaching mostly to myself is yeah, not stopping being, or trying to be aware and mindful what comes along the way, the beautiful things, the things that I've seen before, but also the things I haven't seen before, and to try to give equal focus on all of it, and to see each kind of thing on the road as a new information for myself. And yeah, being present to these information, and to pause for a second, to let this stimulus sit in, and yeah, take this space as a space for a response I want to choose. So kind of, yeah, really making use of this space, using the power within myself to create a response that suits me. And yeah, I think it's difficult to limit how I want to use what I learned along the way, because I thought at the beginning, oh, I'm gonna either be a coach or not. But now it seems much more like a way of living, and a way of being. And I want to bring this to all of my relationships, personal or work relationships. And yeah, kind of raise the bar, like with working on myself, and noticing these kind of shifts in myself, and really focus on myself, inspire maybe the people around me to do the same. So stop focusing on the people around me, but focusing on myself, and just witness how it hopefully have an impact on others. But also in a kind of non-attached way. So yeah, I think that's kind of the vision I have for working on myself, inspire the people around me to, yeah, and hopefully maybe they see kind of the impact it has on themselves. So yeah, I can't wait to see more of the road. And I hope that some of you, maybe all of you, will join me at some point on the road again. So thank you all.
This course was like rediscovering myself, who I am and who I am to other people. It is like giving the chance for me to be who I want to be, and providing this space and time for other people to be who they want to be. I feel like it is a course that has started a few months ago, but I'm not sure if we will ever end, because I will carry on. I will carry on learning and exploring who I want to be, and learning and exploring to give you the time and the space for other people to be who they want to be. So now I would like you all to close your eyes throughout until I finish. And when I start clapping, and then you start clapping as well. Por que é que eu me chamo isso e não me chamo aquilo? Por que é que um jacaré não se chama crocodilo? Eu não gosto do meu nome, não fui eu quem escolheu. Eu não sei por que se metem com um nome que é só meu. O bebê que vai nascer vai chamar como padrinho, vai chamar como vovô, mas ninguém vai perguntar o que pensa o coitadinho. Bata palma, minha gente, bata palma outra vez. Bata palma, minha gente, eu vou contar. Era uma vez. Bata palma, minha gente, bata palma outra vez. Bata palma, minha gente, eu vou contar. Era uma vez. When I was about 8 years old, I remember myself, crossed the legs, sitting in the library, listening to the most prettiest sound in the universe. It was the librarian's voice. She was pretty too. Dark, thick glasses, a rolled up hair in a bundle on the top of her head. Very neat and pretty clothes. The weeks that she was not there, my heart stunk and ached. That was the highlight of my week. After singing, she would open a big book and read us a story. And after reading the story, we would use any of the books in the library we wanted. Now I have to briefly stop and explain about books in a very humid country. Books in Brazil have a different quality of paper, of a temperate country. The weather there damages really, really quick pages of the books. Therefore, the books are very expensive, and especially at that time, before China rose to produce everything to everyone in the world, books were rarity. Well, they were rarity in my households anyway. But at school, I felt in love with singing, creating colorful pictures, thinking, talking, listening, and learning. It was a space and time designed to feed my curiosity. The curiosity, that is what brought me to this course. I wanted to know more. I remember about 12 years ago, an acupuncturist, while giving me the treatment, he spoke about NLP. Don't ask me what P stands for. I still don't know to this day, and don't even bother trying to explain, because I have a very good long-term memory, but my short memory will not allow me to remember that a few fractions of seconds after you explain that to me. So I have inside my head this very heavy, rusty file, old-fashioned file. And I have documents in there, and I pull it out and I keep all the papers there. This particular paper that Manas asked me to pull out of my file there was only 3 big bold black letters written in it, NLP. And as I pulled it out, I felt like jumping in a big, smelly, swimming pool of words. I got dirty in it. I didn't like the texture. It was NLP with dealing with dreams and words and wants and dislikes and no judgments and learning and unlearning. It was just too much for me. I just missed so much the security and clear-cut answers of maths. And as I was asked to write about what is next, I had to use a cognito key and push a heavy door like the ones in those Indiana Jones films. Very dusty place. And for me to come out of this course, for me to finish, I have to answer what is next. Well, I can't find the keys. What is next? I do not know. But I am searching and searching. And I just want you to let me go, let me out, because what I have to do outside is to put that piece of blank paper written NLP inside its file, open the heavy rusty cupboard and close it again. And I have to go because I have to write a book and I have to go, isn't it? Thank you.
Right. Hi, everybody. So the course is like a godsend for me. And the time that it came for me and everything. I mean, I always believe in destiny, and I always believe that things happen for a reason. And I think when I met Menaz about 1.5 years ago through a chance meeting, and she told me about the course, and I wasn't really too sure. I didn't sign up immediately, wasn't really sure, what to expect, what it was about. So, just forgot about it. But I'm so glad that, we finally met again. And I think somehow Menaz persuaded me that this course would be good. And my goodness, it couldn't have come at a better time for me. So why has it come at a good time for me was that my journey started with this course, and it was almost as though it was preparing me to deal with something that was going to happen in my life, something that was going to change my life forever. And it was just towards the end of the course that I lost my husband. And this is the reason that I couldn't actually come back and do the last final module. And I'm back here now, 4 months later, completing this module. So I think, like I said, it was a godsend, and it helped me through my loss and my grief. I think the fact that I was able to, with Minaz's support, carry on looking at things and changing my mindset, putting a spin on my thoughts. So all the things that were actually taught by Menaz on the course and through all my, colleagues on the course sharing their experiences, I was able to put a lot of that into practice straight away, more or less, in my own life. And then it was all about thinking about moving forward. As we are discussing this now, I had to actually think about this, as soon as, well, more or less nearer to the time of where we are today, because my life is going to be moving forward in many different ways, in my own personal life, in my new identity that I'm going to have as a widow, through my career, through my coaching, through my family, through everything. Everything's just been turned upside down, and I've got to now somehow bring it together. And I think in between, I have started, without even realizing it, coaching myself, coaching others. And I think that I believe in going with the flow, and I've always gone with the flow, and it's happening even now. Some of the examples are that I did actually start retreats for women. The holiday retreats actually turned into coaching itself, which was unplanned. So as I said, things happen. During this time, it's taught me, this course has taught me to reflect and to look inside myself and find myself. This has actually helped me to write articles now about my experience and about what I'm going through, and share it with others to help them in future. And I think it's always given me a focus, and it's given me the next steps when I write this. So some of the things that I've written to help myself and help others is, words like fear, feelings, comfort, identity, confinement, and then working my way through these. So, as I said, I'm growing along the way now. I will be growing in future, and I do hope to help others along the way. And I think when I'm looking at next steps, I'm looking at coaching for widows in particular, because through my own process, I've been in touch with other people, women who have come into similar situations during this time, where I've been able to contact them by phone. So I think, with this course, it's taught me a lot, and it's opened the doors, it's widened my scope of my thoughts and what I can do. And I think that my main message that came out in one of my articles, which I've written, was that we can write it out in a dinghy, or we can write it out in a cruise ship. So what would we like to do? So I think based on my experiences, I would like to, share everything in future, help others along the way. I think my most challenges have been not to give solutions. I've always been in this situation where I'm giving solutions, running CBT courses for women suffering depression, for example. So this is one of my biggest learning points that I've had to change myself from, is allowing others to find solutions for themselves. And this course and through Menaz, and it's really helped me learn that, how we can help others find their own solutions. Like for me, for myself, I've had to find my own solutions. So I think, as I said, I'd like to end with that. This course couldn't have come at a better time for me, and it's been a godsend. Thank you.